Alright, welcome back guys. Devinator33 here with another video. Today we're going to do something a little different. Not opening any cards, but I'm going to talk about AEW, All Elite Wrestling. They have not come to the market of cards yet. They just announced figures in the last few months. They've done t-shirts, because they're a t-shirt company. But yeah, they've been around for over a year and a half now, entertaining form of wrestling. So let's talk about cards, okay? They haven't done anything yet, but here's just some things that I've thought of, some things that I'd like to see, things that drive me nuts, things I like, things I don't like, that could work, and hopefully they're successful with it. So the first thing I would say, give us value and keep it simple. So, first year, do a blaster box, do a hobby box. No need to do all these different, retails of this and that, and different size box and different size packs. Just keep it simple. That way you can test the market in your first year, see how the fans react. Also, it's the value and the perceived value, and we're going to jump into that first by talking about base cards. So, one of the things that I think they should do is they have an opportunity to really have good photography. And there's a difference between good photography and bad photography. So, one of the things that's a no-no is, here's a picture of a card of Stephanie, and here is another one. Two different boxes of cards, two completely different boxes of cards, same photography. I mean, how cheap is that? That's not cool. One of the things I do like about the photography is action shots. When you get a nice action picture going on in the front, that's pretty awesome. Instead of a photo shoot of the guy just standing here. No offense to Adam Cole, but you kind of like the action shot a little more. These two particular cards do not have photos on the back. I'll get into that in a second here, but when you have just a plain card of a guy standing in front of a green screen compared to a match, a shot of the match, or someone standing outside the ring, or anything really, there's a huge difference in the value, the perceived value. Another thing that I'm a huge fan of, and I'm going to bring in some hockey here just to use as an example. Picture on the front, completely different picture on the back. It just adds to it. It just adds to the perceived value and just really makes it look like you made an effort, which I think a lot of people in the card world, they just want to see. Now I'm going to bring back, it's hard to see here, but you can see a little chrome, not a chrome, but a little, yeah, I guess you would call that a little chromed out there. But you got a little rainbow to it there. Add something to the card. Just having a plain old card, you could just feel how cheaper it is compared to something a little thicker card stock and just a little more pizzazz to it. I know a lot of people don't like base cards. I collected the whole set of the 2018 Topps Legends just because I really liked the look of the cards. There's a different color parallel set here that I collected too, but just a really nice looking card. Like when you have, just plain cards like this, nothing on it. I mean, here's a football one that's just, yeah, guy on the field. The perceived value just isn't there. Another thing too, don't do stuff like this. Like, what? Just goofy. I know this was from the 80s, but action shots on the front. If you want to have them standing around doing an interview or something on the back, that's fine. But give us some action shots. As for who, I think you should include everybody. Do all the wrestlers, have the males, the females, the announcers, get Justin Roberts in there, get Aubrey in there, get JR, Tony Schiavone, give everyone a card. And include them all as one set. Don't make a women's division set, or an announcer set, or a manager set, or anything like that. Keep them all together as one big base set. Mix them all together. The other thing that a lot of card companies do is the colored parallels. Now, I think this is a really good opportunity for AEW. If you ever watch their commercials on TNT, colors, it looks like paint cans exploding everywhere, and just very colorful they could do. I think they have a really good opportunity to make colorful parallels, whether it's just chromed out, I say chromed out a lot, but whether it's just doing the whole card in a completely different color. I know a lot of cards will just do kind of like this Chris Jericho, where it's just a bronze edging or something like that. I think doing the whole thing could be pretty cool. I also feel like if you do a black card, you could have a pop of color coming up through, from one of the corners. We're going to take a look at some old WCW cards. Now, these aren't parallels, but yeah, they were colorful. They were colorful back in the day there. Another thing with AEW being more of a sports-based wrestling, put some stats on the back. You have the opportunity to have all the stats from each year, win-loss record, tag record. Here are a pair of nice cards. Nothing on the back. Have it look like a sports-based card where you can put, here's an example, stats. I mean, obviously, with the wrestling, it would be win-loss record. Write up a little bio, first debut match was this. Another thing, height, weight, where they were born, stuff like that. Affiliations maybe. Really give some detail on the back other than just saying, yep, this guy wrestled this guy. Here you go. If you're going to make a sports-based wrestling, have your cards relay that message too. Another a cool thing that we're going to talk about is inserts. Now, inserts they were huge back in the 90s. There wasn't a lot of jersey patches and autographs back then, but I feel with AEW you can make moments. The first insert I would say would be something called Elite Moments. The first thing I think of is Chris Jericho at the podium saying, "I'm all in with All Elite." Moxley coming through the crowd at the first pay-per-view. The first ever... how about Cody doing a freaking moonsault off the cage like a freaking maniac? Whatever it is, Elite Moments. NXT kind of dabbled with that, with stuff like that, and then put the date. I think that would be a really cool insert. Make it look different than the base cards. Don't make it have the same feel. These are both out of the same box. They have the same feel to me, even though the background's a little different. But make them feel different. Make them feel like inserts. Wow, this card is different than the rest of the cards in the box. So yeah, Elite Moments would be one of them. Another one that I would think would be pretty cool would be finishers. Just showing the wrestlers doing a finisher. Well, their finisher, obviously. How cool would it be to see a card of Mox doing the paradigm ship off the top rope to Darby Allin? I mean, that was just a crazy moment. Maybe Jericho doing the Juice Effect to win the belt on Omega. Put it on there. Finishers. Here's the name of, the finisher, the wrestler. Another cool one, too, would be Elite matchups. To keep with the whole Elite tone. Have them the head-to-head matches, some of the matches I think about, obviously Cody and Dustin was just an amazing match. You know, Omega and Pac Iron Man match was great. Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks ladder match. There's been so many that, you know, I think about. I love the Janela versus Moxley hardcore match. So an elite matchups would be another cool insert. And the last idea I had for insert would be a Jim Cornette tribute card for obviously the biggest fan in AEW. Just kidding. Okay, so let's talk about autos next. That's going to be a big draw and a big hit. Always is with any box. Obviously, you're going to have your standard autos. It's going to be some type of card with just autographed. Obviously, a lot of collectors prefer on-card autos as opposed to sticker autos. So if you can stick towards that, that's obviously more appealing. But you're also going to get into dual autos, which with AEW and the tag team division that they can have a lot of great dual autos. And also even triples with the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy and the Death Triangle, and you can do things like that. You could also, even if you want to go crazy, have all of the elites autograph a card and the Inner Circle, and you know those would be like the rarest chase cards in the box. But yeah, as for autographs, I think they have a huge potential, especially doing the dual autos and other things like that. Obviously, you can also parallel these two, where you can number them and things like that. So the next and the last thing would be the relics and the patches. One of my pet peeves, when you get a box of cards and it says, hey, you're going to get a jersey patch in here, and you pull out something like that. If you're going to give us a patch, give us a patch. Give us a patch. Give us something. It doesn't have to, even if it's half the size of this, just give us something, but don't give us this. You know, a lot of jersey cards, patch cards, relic cards are also thicker. As you can see, a lot more thicker than what this would be here. With that said, oops, not that one. Some other cool patches you could do. You can do a double patch and an auto. This one happens to be a shirt and a matte relic with an auto. You can go into that a little more. One thing I think would be pretty cool if you do something different. And I got some cards here from other sports that are different traditional patches. Yeah, you could do a part of the ring. What about the turnbuckle? What about doing like a patch of the turnbuckle? Like this is a banner cut up. You know, get it. Do a thing of the turnbuckle. What about the apron around the ring? What about making a set that's just MJF's scarf? You know, and you have those numbered. Orange Cassidy, what about his, like, blue jean jacket, or even his shirt? Another one would be pretty cool. It might be, Matt Hardy in Pieces of Vanguard 1. You can also do maybe, like, a part of a chair, and have a Sean Spears card, or part of tables, or, ladders, or anything like that. What I'm showing you here is a piece of goalie pad worn by Thomas Vokoun here. But number 5 of 8, like a piece of pad. Like this here is just almost like a shadow box with the team symbol or the team logo. Something else that maybe AEW can consider is doing making the logos out of something and having it in something like that. This was a net cord out of a game. Very thick card. But just think about the possibilities are endless. And AEW set out to change the world, and they could change the wrestling card world too if they really want to. Now, I said about the value earlier. Yeah, if you do a lot of crazy stuff in your box, you're gonna ask a pretty penny. You know, like I said, keep it simple. Usually around a $20-$25 blaster box. A lot of people go for that. About $100 regular box. If you're going to go out and hit the market with $30 packs and $300 cards, or a box of cards, it might be rough on the first year. But a lot of potential for AEW in their cards. A lot of different things they could do. They could cherry pick some ideas off of other things, but hopefully something happens. I know with everything going on in the world, with figures coming out, this is going to get pushed to the back burner, but this is something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it comes out soon, and hopefully we hear some news on what they're going to do. Also, stay tuned to the channel. I do have something from AEW coming here soon that I'm going to be opening up. Everyone, that's all I have to say. If you have any comments, questions, throw your comments in the comments. If there's anything that you guys think they should do, let's hear it. Let's discuss. So everyone, be safe, be smart, hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and I'll see you guys later.